Hi everyone, how are you? Jess here. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to your weekly intuitive collective energy healing. This is for today, which is Monday, February 26th to March 3rd. How are you guys doing? This one's out just a little later, just a few hours later than what I normally post. Thank you for understanding. I'm going through a lot of my own life transitions, just like the collective is. For those of you who are back, welcome back. I'm so glad that you found previous healing supportive. And for those of you who are new, welcome. The way my weeklies work is I pull 3 tarot cards, and I'm pulling from the Shadowscapes Tarot. And that just sets the tone for the healing. And then I normally give about a 10-minute or so Reiki intuitive healing, and intuitive messages come up in the process. Okay, for those of you who are new to Reiki or any sort of energy work, welcome. Reiki is a harmonious energy healing modality that will never cause harm, never deplete the giver or the receiver. It has nothing to do with my energy at all. I just serve as a conduit and a channel. And it does have to do with your willingness to collaborate with it, whatever that might mean. And I say this with a big preface / footnote of don't try to work, don't try to make anything happen. A lot of the healing here is happening on a subconscious level, and we're completely unaware of that part of us. And that part of us is 95% of us, which daily blows my mind and is also a really good reminder to come back to the trust and the faith, right? Ooh, cards are starting to want to fly out. So even though a lot of the healing is happening on a subconscious level, that doesn't mean you won't have conscious sensations like temperature changes, tinglies, emotional releases, epiphanies, tension, all sorts of things. You might just feel more relaxed. You might fall asleep. Whatever works for you is working for you. Okay. Now, a lot of you have been called back recently to experience a healing again and again. If you feel that call, listen to it. It means that it's for you. There's a new message for you possibly to hear the next time around, and or there's a new layer of healing that your vessel and your energetic field are ready to receive. So how are we doing? We just had a pretty powerful full moon in Virgo. Lots and lots and lots of continuations of the messages that I've been saying, possibly for the past 6 months now, which are everyone's going through at least one huge life change, huge transition. We're not alone on it, even though maybe on a 3D level, sometimes it really feels like we're alone. A lot of us have been kind of like in the midst of logistics and feeling a lot of like crown chakra energies. A lot of us have been also going through some self-doubt. Let's see how things shift, or if it's a continuation this week. Okay, guys, so we're going to pull 3 cards. Ooh, one already flew. 2. One more card, please. This is for today, the 26th until March 3rd. One more card to support the collective's healing, please. There we are. Well, okay, that was super warp speed fast. Let me grab that one that flew off into the abyss. Okay. So the way, excuse me for checking my audio, the way that I've been liking to do these, because the messages will just come streaming in really, really fast, is I'm just going to show you the cards and then we prep for the Reiki, okay? So we got the King of Wands. I always just want to share this beautiful artwork. We have the 8 of Swords. And we have the Empress. Got some cool things going on here, and I'll get into it in a sec, but let's just take a moment to get present with ourselves and our body. So like I said, you're not going to work when you receive Reiki. I just want you to take a moment and say, I'm here right now. I'm with my body. I'm giving myself that beautiful gift of my own presence and attention. And we're going to take a moment and thank the Reiki for all the healing that's about to take place for the collective. Hmm. I am feeling a continuation of that crown and third eye energy. We'll see exactly what that means. Getting just a little dizzy already with you guys. But what I feel already is we have, for a lot of us, environmental stresses going on. And that doesn't have to be external environment. It could be internal. You know, this full moon in Virgo was a lot about health. I'm actually picking up on gut health for a lot of you. That could be a story for some of you, but environmental, you know, like there's been a lot of messages lately of we've made the decision to do some big life change. And in that limbo between making the decision, like kind of making it mentally real to us, to then making it physically real, um, we can start to notice how our environment is really affecting us in that transitional period, which feels like a limbo sometimes, but it is transition. You know, we've been talking a lot about holding the ending and the beginning simultaneously. I'm going to keep saying that because until it feels like the majority of the collective is out of that ending and well into the beginning, I'm going to say that because I think it's a really good reminder for us to stay present in both, which I know can be really challenging. But I'm really happy to see the energy of the King of Wands here rather than, you know, like the Page or the Knight, because it's passionate, but it is very diligent in, you know, its sacred masculinity of inspired action and getting things done. And that is so cool to see, especially after so much time in 2023 of being in retrograde and review and review and review and backtrack and backtrack. And that's all we had, right? And then I've been saying 2024 is going to be fast. You guys get ready for that really fast forward movement. So it makes me very happy to see something like the King of Wands here, because the King of Wands will know how to ride that forward movement without getting like caught up in it, if that makes sense, or overwhelmed by it, right? And there's a big creative energy as well. And patience is also coming up. I know. Patience comes up so much in our healings, you guys. And I know, and I feel this energy of some people going like, yeah, I know. Like you've said it every single video, be patient. And I'm going to say it when it comes up because I think it's one of the hardest things for humans to cultivate, especially if we've been going through a lot, possibly for years over and over again. So I'm tapping in with your chakras, guys. The crown just wants me to stay up here for a bit. That's really interesting. Yeah. I'm feeling a fogginess in the third eye. I think there's just been so many logistics that there's been some overwhelm. I'm picking up on some heart chakra too. I would not be surprised if I pick up on some sacral. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's like a little dormant and then it starts to go, yeah, we're here too. Which again, wands, creation, fire, passion, empress, literally the goddess of creation. What are we trying to create? Are we being encouraged to remember that we have the power to create our reality? And I'm not feeling that so much on the manifestation aspect of things. I think a lot of you have been doing some really deep um, mindset work, frequency work. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you understand that I do not like throwing around a lot of the trendy words like manifestation, frequency, lift your vibration. Not because I don't believe in them, but because I think that they can very easily um, be taken in a skewed, distorted way if we don't fully understand what that means. I don't want anyone to feel like if they're down in the depths that they just need to suck it up and be positive. I don't think that's a solution. I do believe that we can adjust and reframe our perspective to see the good, to see our gratitude, to see where our forward direction can be, to literally change our biology and our chemical balance in our brain to align more with the reality that we want. I believe in all of those things. And I believe that it also requires a lot of work and consistent work, and that we can't rely on any sort of quick fix for that. That came out kind of preachy. I'm sorry. Someone needed to hear it, or someone will benefit from hearing it. But the reason why I bring all that up is because I think a lot of you have done, for lack of a better word, a lot of manifestation work, or really checking in. A huge theme for us the past 6 months has been, who am I? Who's my authentic self? Who am I really? What do I want to do? What's my purpose, right? And a lot of you have been doing that work. So now I'm feeling this really interesting, like, don't lose the divine feminine within you that's been sitting and receiving these messages. Continue. But look at this amazing masculine counterpart that's very sacred. And and this is very much a find the balance of these energies within ourselves. This isn't an external thing. It's not about couples or any of that. I'm feeling a very clear, and then with this environmental energy, for a lot of you, this is about finding the balance of your divine feminine and your sacred masculine within yourself, finding what true health means to you. And that's not just physical. It could be, like I said, I was picking up on some gut issues with some of you, but physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. How are all of those systems' health levels right now? Where are we neglecting? And it's not an intentional neglect if that's the case, right? All these systems really interconnect. This is the work that I do in my one-on-one immersions, by the way. So this is my dialogue. If it's new to you, check out my website, see the work that I do. It's all very much based in finding the balance between these systems and really finding the root of self-love and spirituality to fuel it. Yeah, guys. I think that we're just going through a lot of change, a lot of change. Continue to stay in your intuition, really trust in yourself. And yeah, now the sacral's waking up even more. Let's give some love to the sacral and tell that abundant, creative, inner child, spark like energy, as well as sacred sexuality for some of you, to really find harmony. Where does that chakra need to take you now? Let's take a few big breaths into our lower navel, into our hips and our pelvis. Some of you could do well with working with the crystal carnelian. I'm feeling pretty foggy and dizzy. It's interesting. It's just been a lot. That's what I'm hearing. It's been a lot. Go, 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 go. I totally get it. I totally get it. Can you continue to move forward in the logistics that need to be taken care of, that you are responsible for, while also sitting in this beautiful knowing, trust, and faith and gestation of the new? Especially if you don't quite know what the new is going to look like. Can you sit back and trust in that? Yeah. I think the biggest messages are just cleaning up your environment, whatever that means. I'm getting mostly internal environment. For some of you, that could mean, like I said, like detoxifying the body, get to the sauna, do some lymphatic drainage massage, look up any sort of safe detoxifying benefits. to support you on that. Some of you, it's as simple as drinking more water. Yeah. And for some of you, the internal environment has to do with the other debris that can come in, like negative self talk, limiting beliefs, um, ruminating, perfectionism, negative behavioral patterns, impulsivity. I'm picking up for some of you. Yeah, just take a quick little inventory. It doesn't have to be huge. Now, the work that might need to be done is pretty big, but just take a little inventory. I suggest like whip out a journal and write down body, mind, heart, spirit. Try to piece them apart. What does my mind need? Or how is it struggling? Or how is it challenged? How is my body challenged? How is my heart challenged, right? And even if the answers are repetitive, it's very, very helpful to really piece them apart sometimes and really ask yourself those questions. All in all, it's a continuation. But I think because we have been working hard for so long these past few months with the logistics aspect of it, we might feel additionally fatigued. We might feel, again, like our vessel needs love and support. And guys, I also want to give the validation if you guys aren't aware or follow any of the astronomy stuff as it relates to the energy work, solar flares. We have had a massive amount of solar flares coming into our system lately. Specifically on Thursday, that was 222. We had 2 X-class flares within 24 hours. We used to not have more than one a year. So let's think about what that's doing to our system. Whew. Huge onslaughts of energy that's just like inevitable. We're coming in, we're bringing it in, and now we're integrating it. And then another one comes in and we have to integrate that, right? So that's why the patience, the self love, the gentility is so needed. Yeah. For a lot of you, I mean, I will totally relate to this if the answer is yes for you. Time. We're having more of these like time jumps, or days where it feels like an hour was 5 hours, or 5 minutes was an hour, or the day went by and it felt like an hour long. Things could be really speeding up, slowing down, all sorts of things. Sleep is definitely affected. As I'm talking about this, it's starting to come back up into my heart chakra. And I think that heart chakra that I was feeling before, guys, is more of a result of everything that's going on. It affects our heart, and whatever is happening in our lives that's big, it's obviously going to affect our heart, especially if it has to do with our work, our purpose, or our home, or our relationship, or whatever. But yeah, as we started to give that sacral chakra some love, that spark, that passion, that abundance mindset, right? It's also where we hold our scarcity mindset, FYI. Some people might have needed to hear that. It's starting to power up our solar again, which was a little sleepy. We're coming back to our power. Remember that we will never arrive, okay? Even though we're going to have moments where it's like, whew, okay, great. I'm a little more settled here. I can give myself some breathing room. Yeah, even that is never an arrival, okay? So just be in the now. Be in the now. Trust. Trust and have faith. What do we need to clean up in our environment? Specifically, the internal environment. Okay, guys? Wow. Let's take a breath together. And I'm going to focus in on your sacral chakra. So I'm going to focus on the color orange. Feel free to do that with me. You can always go to a white light if that feels good for you. We're going to really relax our body. And as we hold our breath at the top, we're just going to feel that light coming into our system, okay? So try not to work too hard so that you can relax at that hold at the top for a bit. So let's just relax and get all the energy I'm sorry, all the energy. That's interesting. I was going to say all the breath. Get all the breath out of your system. Big exhales. And without forcing, we're going to inhale through the nose. Hold at the top. Feel the orange light coming into your body. Feel it filling up every single cell. Feel it really vibrating, dancing, growing stronger. It's breaking up debris and really pushing out the scarcity, pushing out the fear, pushing out the lack. Yeah, okay. All right, let's take a big exhale, pushing out what no longer serves us. Pushing out the lack. Yeah. So much of you have been doing such great work these past few months on excavating those final wounds, but that doesn't mean that in the midst of new, that some, repetitive patterns, repetitive behaviors, or thought processes will come up, right? Doesn't mean that we just, accomplish them and they're gone forever. We acknowledge when those old voices come in, old stories, and really the magic that happens there is when we can go, you are an old story. Literally saying that out loud. Not what are the words I'm trying to say here? Yeah, you're not going to cater to the old stories anymore. But when you hear those voices, take a moment to go, thank you, I see you. You're not going to take me down. I'm going to really acknowledge the fact that those were old wounds and I feel them deeply in my body, my heart, wherever, but they're not going to drive the car. So when we feel, especially fear, when we feel fear coming up, we're going to say thank you. I love you. I'm your friend. But we're not going to let you be the boss, okay? Not oh no, just don't see it, don't see it. Honor everything that's coming in, okay? Yeah. All right, let's take a moment, lock your energy up nice and tight into your solar plexus chakra, you guys. So right at the diaphragm, I want you to take a big breath. And we're now just setting the intention of not putting on armor or guarding or blocking. We're going to say, what's mine is mine. Only I can give my power away. What does not serve me, kindly stay out, but I have free will. So at any moment, I can choose to let something in. That's my power, my choice. Okay? Wow, guys, beautiful. Yeah, I'm feeling a little more, I'm feeling a little fatigued, but not as fatigued as previous weeks. I'm feeling a bit more of this like King of Wands, like go, 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 go. So just like I said, be patient with yourself, be gentle. Remember, sacred masculine is inspired action. It's not forced action. It's not chasing a solution, right? It's really being present in it, having your spiritual team behind your back, having all of your support there. Okay. Ooh, nice. Let me know what's going on in the comments, guys. I always love hearing what's happening in your lives and how this energy is resonating with you because it's big times and we're not alone. We have this beautiful community to support each other. So please do like the video if you haven't already. Please subscribe if you haven't joined our community yet. It's a lot of amazing, beautiful souls here. Please share with someone who you think that it would support. And check out all the information down below for my one-on-one work, my new website, my one-on-one immersions, my intuitive energy work, mindful movement, meditations, all sorts of things. Also, thank you so much to those of you who have been signing up for my new online course, The Shift, and have been sending feedback. It's just so beautiful. Definitely, if you don't know where to start, but you'd like to get into some of the work that I do, The Shift is where it's at. It's a, short, do at your own pace, affordable program that's just for you. And it's about that first step towards self-love, towards a better relationship with yourself. And honestly, guys, it's a lot about unlearning what we thought self-love was supposed to be and really learning what it truly is for us. Okay. So definitely check that out. All the information for that is all down below. And lastly, guys, thank you so much for your donations. I truly appreciate you with all of my heart. If you found this healing supportive and you'd like to contribute, All the links for that are also down below. And guys, I hope you are doing beautifully. Please let me know. Engage with me in the comments. And I love you all, and I will see you next time.